Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, y'all, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at AMD, and it looks as if we close at 259.67. I'm going to go to that 30-minute chart again. It tells a story I just like to read, right? So it looks like we've been just trading sideways here. Pre-market support as of now, 257.61. We can say that resistance is around the 259.59 area. Again, I look at support and resistance on a smaller scale. Why? Because when I'm in the trade, I kind of want to know where my possible trouble places are, right? So should we break beyond the 259.59 area, we could possibly have trouble here at the ATR trailing stop, which is around that 260. Yes, 260.27 area. Breaking that for AMD today, we could possibly have trouble again, 262.38. And should we break that 262.38, we are definitely making new highs, right? So let's look back to the downside. And as we see, there's a few layers of support right here at this level of that 257.61. We have the 50 EMA, the 5 EMA, the 20 EMA. There's a lot of lines going on in this area here. So should we break this area, let's go back to the downside to see. We could possibly have trouble again at this 255.55 area. Should we break that 255.55, 253.94, breaking the 253.94, 251.90, and if we break that 251.90, 249.42, and y'all see that 200 EMA is really close to that 249.42. So that 248.81 could very well be a support area for us. Now, should we break under that 200 EMA, y'all, we could very well come back to the 243.91. So if you are trading AMD today to the upside or to the downside, again, not financial advice. I said often, y'all, trade carefully. Why? Because in this market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed, right? So we are now looking at Meta. We close at 750.82, and it too seems to be trading in this little zone here as of now. We have support around the 752.57. We can say resistance 753.41. Should we break that 753.41 area, we could possibly, back to the upside, have trouble around the 754.23, breaking that level 754.86. And should we break that 754.86 today, possibly have trouble again 756.01. Now, breaking that 756.01, we could very well come back to 750.50. But keep in mind, y'all, we could very well get stopped out anywhere in this area here for Meta. So if that's something that you trade, I say it often, trade carefully. Now, breaking above, let's say that 758.05 is really close to that 757.50. Breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again somewhere around the 759.91. And keep in mind, again, we could get stopped out anywhere in this area here. So if Meta is something that you trade today to the upside, I say trade carefully. Now back to the downside, let's say we lose this area of support here. I love to see that line here at 752.57 is right where that 20 EMA is, right? I just say simple support and resistance, right? So breaking this 752.57, we could very well come back to 751.89, and if we break that 751.10, and that is where our 50 EMA is as of right now. However, breaking that, we could very well come back to 750.21, which is, y'all see that area here. We consolidated or created that gathering spot, as I like to say, right? So breaking that for Meta today, we could very well come back to, we could use that ATR trailing stop at 749.22 as a support area, breaking that for Meta, 748.25. And should we break that 747.57 and breaking that 746.30, breaking that level 745.55, and should we break that 744.72, those are possible areas of support and resistance for Meta. Again, not financial advice. Let's go look at NVDA today just to see where we are. We just broke out of an area here. We were consolidating here. Let's first say we closed at 191.49. We've made a pre-market high thus far, 193.25, right? So Where are the trouble places for NVIDIA? Looks like we broke through this area of 192.95 only to get there. We're still moving at the 193.31. We could possibly have trouble 193.68. Should we break that, the next level that I have is around the 194.50. Keep in mind, y'all, we could very well continue making new highs. So breaking this 194.50, the next level I have is 195.69. Breaking the 195.69, 195, let's see, 195.95, and breaking that 195.95, we're definitely making new highs for NVIDIA. Now back to the downside. Let's say we lose this area of support here at 192.20. We could you see the ATR trailing stop is forming at the 191.72. We could very well come back to the 191.30. 191.04. There's a few layers of support right here for NVIDIA. So if that's something that you trade today, if we break this area, we could very well continue declining to the downside, right? So under the next level, 190.44, breaking that level, 190.06, 189.60, 189.28, again at 188.92, breaking the 188.92, we could very well come back to 188.23, which puts us back in this area here that we were at on the 27th, which was yesterday. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, those are possible areas of support and resistance. Again, not financial advice, right? So we are looking at the SPY, and we have definitely been making new highs for the SPY. Let's go and mark some levels here, because wild price has been gathering in this area here. So as of right now, we've made a high of 686.10. We closed at 685.24. So SPY is trading right now in this zone here. So where are the trouble places? We need to, if we make a new high if we make a new high at the 686.10, that's just interesting to see the SPY at this place, right? We will continue making new highs. Let's say that back to the downside under 684.88. We could possibly use the support area of the ATR trailing stop and the 50 EMA, which is around the 684.50 area. Breaking that brings us back to, I'm going to mark this level here. Why? Because price gathered in this area here around the 683.75. Breaking that 683.75, we have 682.96. And should we break that, 681.91, breaking the 681.91, 681.25, and back under that, y'all see there's a big drop from that 681.35 all the way down to the 678. Keep in mind that is where our 200 EMA is as of now. So I don't like to predict the market, but I would say just trade carefully today. At some point it's going to run out, and it would not surprise me to see us back at this 678 area to come back and come, in this area here. I said often, y'all, in this market anything is possible. So mark your levels. Once it goes against your why or your reason for getting in the trade, get out. Why? Live to trade another day, right? So we are now looking at Tesla, and I say it so often, y'all, Tesla does what Tesla does, right? We closed at 452.42 after coming off of this 432.64 low on yesterday to make a 460 high on, yesterday. Let's say that Tesla does what Tesla does. Where are trouble places as of right now? We can say the support is here at 456.01. We closed at 452.42, so we're going to have, looks like we're going to gap up today. We could possibly have trouble again here at, let's say, this level 459.07, breaking that level 460.16 was the high from yesterday, breaking that level for Tesla, 461.13, breaking the 461.13, the next level, 465.20, breaking that 465.20 for Tesla, 469.82. Keep in mind, we could very well get stopped out anywhere in between here. However, there's a few layers of resistance. If we break this 469.82 right here at the 471.31 up to the 471.66, there's a few layers of resistance there, breaking that level 473.42, 474.48, and here at 475.69. Those are possible areas of resistance for Tesla. Now, I say it often, y'all, Tesla does what Tesla does, right? So if we should break under the level of 454.30, the next level of support is around the 452.08. Y'all see we just bounced off of that too. The 50 EMA and the ATR trailing stop at the 450.87. breaking that for Tesla. It seems like 449.88 down to the 448.28 is a lot of support for Tesla. However, breaking that, we could very well come back to the 447.06. I'm going to see if I can make that. There we are, 447.06 here. If we break that level, 446.30, 445.84, 445.02. Y'all see that 200 EMA is kind of close to an area that we have marked here, 444.35, breaking that, 444.78, 443.13, 442.29, 441.28. It would not surprise me to see us back at this 440.41 for Tesla. It has served as a strong area of support and or resistance, in my opinion, and in this case it will be a support area for us. So if you are trading Tesla today, I said often, y'all, trade carefully, mark your levels. Once it goes against your reason for getting in the trade, get out. Why? Live to trade another day. So this is what I see when I look at the market. I say it so often, y'all, there's so many different ways to trade the market. There's so many different ways to make money in the market, and what's challenging is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you, and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan, making sure that you have a plan before going into the trade. So y'all, I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day today. Again, if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.